Well, the April 16th, 2012 issue of Food Chemistry laid out some pretty serious charges when it comes to baby foods. They pointed out, and of course, if you don't know, Food Chemistry is a monthly journal that has PhD students in agriculture and food science go out and harvest crops all across the United States and Canada, and they analyze them for pollution levels and also for nutritional levels of vitamins and minerals, amino acids, and fatty acids. And they publish this monthly. Well, this particular issue, April 16, 2012, they looked at the top 8 baby formulas in North America. And we're talking ones that are well-known, well-respected, Gerber's, Enfamil, Similac, and the such. And what they said was, of course, and this was also in the December 8th, 2011 issue of Time magazine, cover article, where they said even though Americans have more medical technology, we're living shorter and shorter lives, and our kids will be worse off. Our children will be the first generation that do not live as long as their parents. Well, what I want you to do is get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Immortality, which looks at the top 20 longevity cultures in the world and the common threads they hold, what it is they do, why they have 40 times 100-year-old, we Americans do, why they have 100-year-old per 250 of their population, we only have 100-year-old per 10,000, and then Rare Earths Forbidden Cures. Those 3 books, Epigenetics, Immortality, and Rare Earths Forbidden Cures. Well, getting back to this April 16th issue of Food Chemistry, let's see here. We're looking at these foods, baby foods, and baby formula. They said baby formulas in North America contain less than 20% of the minerals and vitamins required by babies. Less than 20%. Now, dog food has 100%. Chicken food has 100%. Turtles and fish, of course, do better than we do. Certainly dogs and cats and sheep and pigs and cows and horses have more than 100%. Laboratory rats have 100%, and our babies and grandbabies have less than 20%. Well, that's because they only believe there's like a dozen essential nutrients instead of 90, and they only put in about a half a dozen minerals, and we need 60. Plants only need 3. We need 60. So that's pretty scary stuff, okay? And so how do we deal with this? Well, again, the books Epigenetics, the book Immortality, and the book Rare Earths Forbidden Cures covers this. Basically, what we have to do is give our genes, our DNA, our RNA, and our telomeres, little end caps in our chromosomes, all 90 essential nutrients so they can maximize their genetic potential for longevity and for health and fending off disease and speed and strength and making good decisions. And, of course, the 90 essential nutrients include the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. And these 90 essential nutrients are required, and most people don't really, even doctors don't know this, most people don't know this, they're required by your genes and your DNA, RNA, and telomeres. Okay? They have specific functions, or they are cofactors for chemical reactions and enzyme reactions to take place. If you're missing 1 or 2 or more, if you have some that are there but they're below the minimum data requirement, those enzyme reactions, those chemical reactions just won't take place. Metabolism begins to break down. You start getting these deficiency diseases. Now, doctors want you to believe that these deficiency diseases are really genetic. They're a genetic problem, not deficiencies of nutrients. Well, we followed their theory for over 100 years, and we're getting worse. And remember, there's thousands of failed medical theories every century. In the 20th century and 21st century, no difference. There's thousands of failed medical theories. Type 2 diabetes is a simple deficiency of a single mineral. It's not a genetic disease. Congestive heart failure is a deficiency of a single vitamin. Cardiomyopathy heart disease is a deficiency of a single mineral. Coronary artery disease has nothing to do with cholesterol or saturated fat. It's actually caused by inflammation, by eating foods that cause inflammation aligning the arteries, and the arteries respond by causing scar tissue to appear, which then block the arteries. And then coronary thrombosis has nothing to do with saturated fat or cholesterol. Coronary thrombosis, or a blood clot in a coronary artery, is caused by an omega-3 essential fatty acid deficiency, a ratio problem between omega-3, 6s, and 9s. Cholesterol and saturated fat were demonized so that Procter & Gamble could sell Crisco. There's never any evidence that shows that cholesterol and saturated fat are bad. The Mediterranean diet. It was a little study about 85 people, 85 men on the Isle of Crete. And, of course, everybody latched on to, oh, this is wonderful. We all have to do the Mediterranean diet. Well, the Mediterranean diet has killed billions of people over the last 100 years. Okay? And so the average lifespan of Greeks and Italians is 62. Why would you want to live only that long when you can certainly live longer, well beyond 100? Okay? And so, again, I urge you to get a hold of the books, Epigenetics, Immortality, and Rare Earths Being Cured. What they do is look at the top 20 longevity cultures and what it is they do. There's 23 common threads that bring these guys to their longevity success. You get epigenetics, immortality, and rare earths being cures, and add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. Equally, or maybe even more important, add 25 to 50 healthy years to your kids and your grandkids' life. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
You may have heard about the 90 essential nutrients or the mighty 90 needed for good health. But with all the products out there, what exactly are they talking about? The mighty 90 is 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 60 plant-derived minerals, and 2 essential fatty acids. So now you know. But with all the products you see and hear advertised, what exactly do you buy to come up with the mighty 90 and the right ratios to promote good health? Youngevity has made it easy with the Healthy Start Pack, which contains 1 canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine Vitamin and Plant-Derived Mineral Complex, 1 bottle of Bone and Joint Enriching OsteoFX Plus, and 1 bottle of EFA Plus Essential Fatty Acids, all in the proper ratios to promote good health and vitality. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Numerous studies have shown the link between the intake of antioxidants and disease prevention. Foods and supplements are measured in an ORAC scale. ORAC is an acronym for Oxygen Radical Absorption Capacity. In other words, the ability to remove disease-causing free radicals from the human body. Youngevity's Cell Shield RTQ has an ORAC value of 15,800 points per serving. Cell Shield RTQ contains resveratrol, known as an anti-aging compound, turmeric, known for promoting healthy digestion, brain function, immune system, and cellular longevity. Quercetin, a flavonoid, is known for promoting healthy blood sugar metabolism and healthy lung and cardiovascular function. Remove free radicals from your body with Cell Shield RTQ from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
When you perspire, working or playing, your body is losing more than just water. That's why it tastes salty. But what you're sweating out is more than just salt and potassium, as some sports drinks will have you believe. One of the most well-known sports drinks only has 2 nutrients, and it's loaded with sugar. Some have a mineral or 2 with a couple of vitamins. Youngevity's exceptional sports drink, Rebound FX, is chock full of cancer-fighting antioxidants, a full spectrum of vitamins, plant-derived minerals, and herbs. Rebound FX is a highly absorbable liquid supplement that gives you quick, sustained energy. Rebound FX supports cardiovascular health, immune health, and boosts stamina and energy. Don't short yourself during and after your workout with just a couple of nutrients. Drink Youngevity's Rebound FX for optimal health. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Youngevity developed OsteoFX Plus, containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention, OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Okay, let's see here. Doug, what pearls of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well, I thought we'd talk a bit about medical errors here, as I've got a story that I got from CNN that's headlined 25 Common Medical Errors. First one is waking during surgery. Without adequate anesthesia, brain can stay awake and you're aware while the muscles stay frozen. It's called anesthesia awareness, and it happens about 1 out of every 1,000 patients. They say you should ask your local anesthesiologist to keep an eye on you. And they say lost patients. 1 in 5 nursing home patients is prone to wandering. At one facility, inadvertently locked herself inside a storage closet, was found 4 days later, and died of dehydration. And baby switches. Babies can look pretty similar, not always easy to distinguish one from the other. They say when the nurse hands you a baby, ask the nurse to match the baby's ID band with yours. Wrong patient. Hospitals sometimes confuse people who have similar names. Before any procedure in the hospital, make sure the staff checks your entire name, date of birth, and barcode on your wristband. Wrong body part. In the United States, 7 patients suffer wrong body surgery every day. And so they ask you to check on that. Fake doctors, Federation of State Medical Boards lists hundreds of people who have masqueraded as doctors in America. Go online to make sure your doctor is actually a licensed physician. And they go on to say discharge. Hospitals have been known to discharge patients alone into taxis. One man didn't even know his own address. A lot of people feel woozy when they leave the hospital, so make sure you have a ride home. That's with someone who knows where you live. Surgical souvenirs. Nurses are supposed to keep track of how many tools go inside you and make sure that they have the same number when it comes out. Something gets left behind in about as many as 2 out of every 10,000 surgeries. And then they go on to say a wrong baby. Frozen embryos that belong to one woman have been implanted in the wrong woman. And then there's a misdiagnosed. 1 out of every 10 diagnoses you receive may be wrong. If you doesn't sound right, you should always get a second opinion, something you always recommend. Ambulance errors. In one infamous case, a dispatcher mistakenly sent paramedics to Wells Street, 27 miles away from a woman who was struggling to breathe. The woman died of a blood clot later on, as it took the ambulance 45 minutes to show up. And botched plastic surgery. Outlines the story of a model who died after she had elective plastic surgery. Hospital infections. They say 75,000 people die every year from infections that patients catch in the hospital. They say another one is since 1983, 132 babies have been abducted out of the hospital. And they say although they have security measures, it's not always enough. Dosage disasters, that is. Hospitals sometimes overdose patients with medicine. When you're in the hospital, ask for a daily list of medications and dosages and check them when they arrive. And biopsy blunder. In one infamous case, a biopsy had shown that a woman had breast cancer actually belonged to someone else. So she had surgery, had both breasts removed, only to be told she never had cancer in the first place. It's just more and more of these documents, like we talk about just about every day on this show. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of these medical errors every year, and nobody gets even so much as an OSHA ticket.
That's right. And, of course, the reason is the medical profession has been a protected monopoly for 100 years, since 1914 in the Flexen Report. And, of course, great details in the Flexen Report is in the book Epigenetics. And the Flexion Report made medical doctors a protected monopoly, self-policing, no oversight by anybody. And I know for a fact that figure of 75,000 infections a year in hospitals is a little bit low, because in March of 1998, the Center for Disease Control, the federal agency that tracks this stuff, said there's 2 million infections each year in American hospitals, 2 million infections, of which 90,000 die is the figure they gave. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt on the other ones, but this is pretty scary stuff. And, of course, wolves go where the lambs are, so you can imagine all the crooks going to the place where there's so much money and you can do all these crimes and nobody goes to jail. Thank you, Doug. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Newport, North Carolina, and Lonny, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Lonny, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I'm actually
Yes, sir.
talking about one of my cats, and he's about 10 years old, and early in age he had flea dermatitis, and every year, not only that problem seemed to get worse, but this year, none of the Advantage 2 flea medication worked whatsoever.
Okay, let's stop there for a minute. Let's stop there for a minute. Are you feeding the cat dry cat food?
A little bit, but mostly canned.
Mm-hmm.
I also have gotten your product, Arthrodex.
Okay, good. Now let's go back to the food. Let's go back. Let's not dismiss that too quickly, because did the veterinarian find fleas themselves on the cat, or just make it from the diagnosis from the dermatitis?
I've seen fleas, yeah. Last year, I took 2 doses of Advantage 2 before it started working right. Mm-hmm. And then this year, the first dose and the second dose didn't work at all. And I've tried a few others. Okay,
well, the fact that flea medicine won't work is kind of a clue here. Okay? And so what I want you to do is go read the ingredients in the label of that dry cat food and the canned cat food, and see if there's any grain in there. Is any wheat, barley, rye, or oats in there? Because cats and dogs get a gluten intolerance dermatitis, and a lot of times they'll be diagnosed as a hot spot, or sort of nondescript dermatitis, or maybe flea-related dermatitis. You can actually find half a dozen fleas on them, but the skin problem is really due to a gluten intolerance. So those are all possibilities. Okay. And so you may have to wind up changing the food. And you say you're giving the cat the arthritis. If it weighs 8-10 pounds, I'd give it a half a scoop a day of the Arthrodex. And it wouldn't hurt to read the labels really well and make sure that there's no gluten in it, no wheat, no barley, no rye, no oats. And so if you find it in there, give us a call back and let us know. If not, I would still change the cat food, because it's not responding. The cat's not responding to the flea medicine here. So we need to. Have you tried one of these cortisone creams or a pill or anything like that?
No, I don't get a lot of good information. I've had bad information from the bad
that's
companies.
all bad stuff. But I thought if you might have tried that, sometimes you'll see that with the flea dermatitis, they'll actually improve a little bit. With the gluten intolerance, you're not going to get much of a result. Okay. So you got your homework there.
I'm thinking the cat food I do give them probably does have some grain in it.
Yep, we'll find that out and then call me back, and so everybody else can hear that there's grain in there. Okay, thank you. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages.
Let's head to Buffalo, New York, and Gayle, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Well, Gayle, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I actually have 2 questions for you, one for a cat and one for me. My boyfriend's cat has been biting his legs, and he's consequently bitten all the hair off all 4 legs.
Okay, well, I would ask you the same question as the previous caller. Is the cat getting dry cat food?
Yes.
Okay, well, the
Right,
odds are it
yeah.
has grain in it. Yeah, it probably has grain in it, and wheat, barley, rye oats, and he's got a gluten problem. So he's got eczema and dermatitis, which is itching the snot out of him. And so if there's grain in that cat food, you immediately need to change the cat food. Get him on 1 scoop of the Arthrodex per 25 pounds of body weight. If the cat weighs 8-10 pounds, a half a scoop. And you can use the CM cream on the cat's legs. That'll help relieve the discomfort for about 3 or 4 hours. And so I would use the CM cream on the cat, on the skin. But to get permanent resolution, I believe you're going to have to change the cat food. I believe that's the problem. Okay, let's quickly go to you.
Okay, and so me, I am gluten-free, and I've been gluten-free now for a couple months since talking to you a while back. But my problem I'm having is I travel every week for my job, and I know you travel a lot, and I just wonder if you had any advice that when I'm out there at hotels and flying, what you do to stay gluten-free.
I ask questions. Okay, the first thing you do is don't eat scrambled eggs and omelets from hotels and buffets and restaurants because they put pancake batter in to fluff them up. Today I was having lunch at a hamburger place, and they had a special on a brand new vegetable beef soup. And I says, well, is there any wheat or barley, rye, or oats thickening the soup? And the waitress said, no, it's just vegetables and beef. I said, okay, well, find out for me. She came back. She said, oh, they got barley in it to thicken the soup. And so you got to ask the questions and be insistent. Okay, you don't want croutons in your salad, that kind of thing. And so gravies always have rubs. Those things have 10% spices and 90% gluten. There's gluten, there's wheat flour in meatloaf and meatballs. That's what holds them together. I would get a hold of that CD called Serial Killers and, listen to that 10 times. You'll find a lot of the hidden places you're going to find gluten. But you just have to be very, very aware. Shar, you're gluten intolerant, so when you go to a restaurant, what do you eat?
Things that don't have gluten. Things I know don't have gluten.
Well, what's your favorite meal? You eat a lot of it when you go out to dinner.
Salmon on a salad with no gluten.
Yeah, there you go. Salmon is very good. Just got to watch any sauces they might put on it. Same way with, coconut shrimp. Anything fried has gluten in it because they roll it in a flour or some kind of batter before they fry it. Fish and potatoes and all that kind of stuff. You just got to give it up. And so it's a matter of asking questions. Take your 90 essential nutrients, and you'll get gluten once in a while, no matter how careful you are. But if you're careful, you'll win 99% of the time. Okay, Doug, we got time to have another caller?
Nope.
Well, that answered that question. Stick with us, folks. We're going to be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Longevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Longevity, 95 Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And if you consider yourself a prepper, if you're a person that's going to store food and that sort of stuff and be prepared for the grid going down because somebody hacked it or maybe just because of natural disasters, and, of course, there's floods and fires and earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes, and there's all kinds of domestic hackers and things, and the economy could crash and there could be a disease epidemic. Who knows? But if you're into preparing, I want you to get a kind of a remake of the book, which we sold out of. We had to redo it, and so we just add a lot of stuff. It was called God Bless America, the original. Now it's called Prepare. The subtitle is The Prepper's Survival Bible, and the foreword is written by Marvin Ropp, a highly decorated Navy SEAL, and he contributes a large amount of how SEALs survive really, in exceptionally bad circumstances. And, of course, we have things like the good herbs, which are plant medicines. We have the colloidal silver, which is kind of an antibiotic sort of thing. We have killer biotic, which is kind of an antibiotic. We have stored foods with Go Foods. We have Beyond Organics. We have all kinds of neat stuff. Of course, we have the 90 essential nutrients, the healthy start packs, and so forth. We're which are storable for years and years and years and years. The plant minerals, just the plant minerals alone, has a 72 million year shelf life, and you can, have a couple of cases of that around. And we have our own coffee, right? That when things go bad, you're not going to be able to even buy a cup of coffee. You won't be able to get a prescription. And so talk to your young beauty associate and get the Java Fit coffee. Have some of that on hand. We have the little K-cups, right? And so you'll be amazed at what you can store in your home. Get a 3-month supply of everything you use for each person in your house, and you will be in good shape. Don't forget the book's name is Prepare. The subtitle is The Prepper's Survival Bible. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Let's head to Canada. And Pierre, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Pierre. You're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Wallach.
Yes, sir. How can we help you?
Okay, just let you know that way back when we watched the Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom with our children.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
That brings back good memories.
That's right. Now, we have a couple of friends or a friend couples who have health issues. They don't speak English, so I'm calling for them.
Mm-hmm.
Paul has had irregular heartbeat for a while, and in March this year had his heart valve repaired, and also has had the sinus node cut because of the irregular heartbeat. Now, the operation for the valve seems to be okay. The irregular heartbeat is still there, maybe a bit less, but he's now taking 25 milligrams of metoprolol.
Okay, let's stop there for a minute. Was he diagnosed with something called atrial fibrillation?
No, it's not atrial fibrillation. It's not. It's an irregular heartbeat. I
understand. Well, that's what atrial fibrillation is, an irregular heart. And they usually will kill portions of the heart muscle, which they did in him. They killed some of the electrical conducting portions of the heart muscle. This is pretty typical of what they do. And Shar, what's in the fact that he's not really getting results after taking all this medication, all these procedures, not really resolving the problem? What is the actual cause of atrial fibrillation or irregular heartbeat?
Well, the nerve that controls your heartbeat goes through your backbone, and when you lose your cartilage, that nerve gets squeezed, and that causes an irregular heartbeat. There's nothing wrong with the heart.
Exactly. You're exactly right. Now, this is oftentimes called atrial fibrillation, and what happens is, as Shar explained, when you get degenerative disc disease and the discs are getting narrower and narrower, the vertebrae get closer together, and they smash the roots of the spinal nerve that comes out from between, in this particular case, T1, 2, 3, and 4, the first 4 thoracic vertebrae. And those 3 nerves, spinal nerves, actually control the rate and rhythm of the heart. And so you can do all these heart procedures and take all the heart medicines. It's not going to change anything because it's not a heart problem. Really, it's a back problem, squeezing the roots of the nerves that control the heart. So what does this guy weigh?
About a bit less than 200 pounds. And
okay.
About 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does he have any other issues like diabetes or arthritis, back problem?
No, he has a sleep apnea, no back problem. He has ventricular hypertrophy. I don't know how you say it in English. The enlarged ventricular...
ventricle of the heart hypertrophy? Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's stop there. That's enough. Okay, Shar, this guy weighs 200 pounds. He may have a little bit of either secondary to the actual irregular heartbeat, or it could be there's nothing that says you can't have 14 different things going on at the same time. So if somebody has hypertrophy, enlargement of the ventricle of the heart, they have a cardiomyopathy. It's a deficiency of what?
It's a deficiency of copper. No, excuse me. It's okay.
Deficiency of?
Of de-stress. He needs de-stress, right?
It's called selenium.
Oh, excuse me, selenium.
Yes, cardiomyopathy is a selenium deficiency, right?
Okay,
it's simple mineral deficiency.
I'm okay.
You're okay. Take some more memory FX.
Yes. So he needs 2 healthy brain and heart packs, but he needs more stuff than that. He needs some extra glucogel.
Perfect. Good. Char's exactly right there, Pierre. Your friend needs 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs. That's for the selenium. Okay, and that selenium is a mineral that's very, very important to heart muscle health, and muscle health all over the place as well, and liver and brain and cataract, the lens of the eye, many things. But 2 healthy brain and heart packs, and because this irregular heartbeat is probably a back problem because it hasn't responded to the heart procedures, okay, Char is exactly correct. I'd have them also get, in addition to the 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, I would also have them get the glucogel, get 2 large bottles of glucogel, so you can have 15 glucogels a day. It's 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner, and that's to support and promote healthy maintenance and repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone matrix, bone itself. And let's see here. Sleep, you say it has sleep issues?
Sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea, okay. All right, well, sleep apnea is actually a normal event that goes on here when your blood carbon dioxide levels get too low, you stop breathing, it builds up a little bit again, goes above a certain line, you start breathing again. It's actually a normal protective procedure, certainly not a disease worth a $4,000 CPAP machine, that kind of stuff, or surgery or drugs. And so I believe that if he wants some good sleep, we actually have an herbal product called Sleep Ease. Sleep Ease, SLEEP-EZE, Sleep Ease. You could take 3 of those a half hour before bed with a glass of water, and he will sleep like a baby. Give us a call every couple of weeks. Let us know how his regular heartbeat is doing. Let us know, how his sleep is going. Okay, Doug, let's go to callers.
Well, let's head to Maryland. And John, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Oh, John, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. I think I have problems that are all interrelated in different parts of the body. So here I go. I'm 50 years old. I have a confirmed gluten intolerance. 5'11 and a half. I've lost an inch and a half. Weigh 165. I've lost 40 pounds 2 years ago because I'm taking the Healthy Bone and Joint Original. Thank you.
Okay.
2 things I know I have to stop. I got to stop my chips and salsa. I get that. My family will not go gluten-free. And so here's what I've had. For the past 3 to 4 months, I've had bouts of constipation and diarrhea. I have incomplete extension of my right elbow, about 15 to 20 degrees.
Okay, I got to run. Hang on. I got to run one of these message moments here, and hang on. We'll be back with you after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. Doug, let's go right back to Maryland and John. Okay, did you have a few more things you wanted to say before we get started here?
Yeah, so incomplete extension of my right elbow, about 15 to 20 degrees. I think I have an ulnar ligament damage from playing baseball. I have constant nose cracking and bleeding with postnasal drip. And then this just suddenly came on. I have Peyronies disease, and there's 0% chance I'm ever going to have the surgical option to that.
Okay. Peyronies disease, for listeners, it's kind of a deviation of the penis. Instead of coming out straight forward 90 degrees from your body, it deviates off as much as 45 degrees or more to the right or the left, sort of thing. It can be very disruptive in one's love life, of course. But basically, when it comes to that, you almost have to wear a jock strap, like you would in athletics during the day, sort of thing, to try and retrain everything. Also, I would take the Xera test, Xeratest, which actually encourages and supports and promotes production of male sex hormones and so forth. And so I'd go ahead and take 3 of those Xera tests twice a day. Because you have an elbow problem, what would you do for the elbow problem, Shar?
I'd give them glucogel.
Yeah, exactly. Just add glucogel to your program. and you've been taking the 90 essential nutrients for a while, go ahead and add 2 large bottles of glucogel. So you can take 15 of those a day, 5 at breakfast, 5 at lunch, 5 at dinner. And the constipation piece is very simple. If you're going 2-3 days constipated, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Wouldn't hurt to get the herbal rainforest, which has 14 cleansing herbs in it, as well as the 78 plant-derived minerals. Go ahead and take a tablespoon, which is a half ounce at bedtime, with a glass of water. If you flip over the other direction, you get diarrhea. What you want to do, we've got a new product out. It's going to be out in about a week. It's called niacin. It's a non-flush niacin. It's 500 milligrams per capsule, and I just love niacin because it keeps my bowels kind of steady. It keeps my skin good, and keeps my memory sharp. Okay, it's good for the heart, all that kind of stuff. And more people have pellagra, which is a niacin, vitamin B3 deficiency than most people understand or believe. You know, doctors are way off; they don't even realize it's around. And so we're going to incorporate that into. It's still one of the 90 essential nutrients, but it needs to be taken consciously. Even though we're giving maybe 4 or 5 times the amount of niacin in the various products we have, some people still need more because of absorption problems. You obviously have been fighting a gluten thing. You're going to have to really, really crank down on the gluten problem because all these things you have, constipation, diarrhea, various connective tissue problems here, okay, with the Peyronies disease, the elbow problem, nosebleeds, which is actually a collagen problem. So one of the things you see with scurvy, vitamin C deficiency. Well, if you're eating green leafy vegetables and fruit, you shouldn't have, even if you don't supplement, you should not have a vitamin C deficiency, but that's assuming you're absorbing properly. And, of course, if you have a loss of as much as 80-90% of your absorbed surface, you'd have to take an enormous amount of vitamin C to prevent nosebleeds if it is associated with scurvy. So these are all the things you're going to have to look at. You're the guy that's going to have to be the detective and do these things. We can kind of guide you in the direction, but it's going to take a little bit of detective work on your part to figure out which one it is. But I would kind of go at it from that aspect. The odds are it's nothing terrible, but you will have to really crank down on the gluten. Okay, it could be in the dog food, the cat food, the bird food, the fish food. It could be your spouse, mother-in-law, the person renting the room with you, if you have a roommate, all that sort of stuff. On the couch where people watch TV, there's a lot of gluten dust. Laundry, food preparation services, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Get a hold of the CD, Serial Killers, and learn where all the hidden gluten's at. Well, thank you, everybody. Great testimonies and questions today. Thank you so much, Shar, as usual. Super job. Thank you, Doug and Richard. Superlative job, as usual. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our troops. God bless our Navy SEALs. And God bless America.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
If you're the type of person who likes to volunteer and help others, this should interest you. What better way to help people than to help them overcome their health challenges? Youngevity has been helping people overcome their health challenges for years. Our approach to health is drastically different than medical doctors who mostly only treat symptoms. As a veterinarian, Dr. Joel Wallach discovered that many common disease states are actually preventable and reversible. Our mission at Youngevity is to educate Americans about their own health. If you like helping people, join us in our fight to save America. While you're helping people prevent and overcome health challenges, you will also be able to build a lucrative home-based business. So what are you waiting for? Come join us and help save America. If you've decided to join us, call your local longevity associate to find out how you can arm yourself with the knowledge that's needed to save America.
In recent years, several studies have discovered the healthy benefits of drinking coffee. Longevity has now taken it a step further with an entire product line of healthy coffees from Longevity's JavaFit line of top-shelf gourmet coffees. All JavaFit coffees are made from 100% premium, hand-selected Arabica coffee beans grown in the finest regions of Latin America, all carefully roasted, creating a delicious, rich, full-bodied flavor. If you're looking to lose weight, try JavaFit Diet Plus 62, a high-energy, gourmet coffee fortified with a blend of nutrients such as gambosia, citrus, and an extra shot of caffeine to pump up energy and help achieve a healthy weight. Unlike most diet drinks, you won't taste a difference. But for this to work, you can't load your coffee with cream and sugar. Contact your local Longevity distributor to get Javalution coffees. And don't forget to ask about the home-based business opportunity.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Longevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Longevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Longevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Longevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the ultimate tangy tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as tangy tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.